Hi, everybody. I'm going to read an interesting book for our cool first chapter KFC YouTube channel. It'll also be spotlighted in our KFC uh, area for you to check out. It's hurricanes. Hurricanes have been in the news quite frequently lately. We've had some really bad hurricanes hit the United States. And so, yes, they are a huge force of nature, weather related, and they can be very powerful and very destructive. So I thought I'd do a nonfiction book, and I'll read a couple of pages. It won't actually be a first chapter, but it'll be the first couple of pages of the one of the hurricane books that we have in our library. We have a weather section. Hurricanes are a part of weather, and so it's actually in the nonfiction section. When you come into the library and you take a left past the checkout counter, you reach the nonfiction section, and you're going to look for the numbers 551. And there's also a bookmark there that says weather, and there's a whole bunch of different kinds of weather books like tornadoes and hurricanes and tsunamis. I know kids love reading about tsunamis. So here we go. Hurricanes. This is natural disasters, hurricanes. It is a nonfiction book, and it was written by Zach Zenari. And I love the pictures in these nonfiction books because they're really true pictures. Hurricanes are one of the deadliest natural disasters in the world. Hurricanes are big, dangerous storms. In the last 200 years, hurricanes have caused more than 2 million deaths. The wind, rain, floods these storms bring have damaged whole cities along the ocean's coastline. Although most of the hurricanes that hit the United States start in the Atlantic Ocean, more storms form in the Pacific Ocean. In some years, more than 20 storms have hit the Philippines. The Philippines are islands in the Pacific Ocean. People have different names for hurricanes. In the North Atlantic and Eastern Pacific, these big storms are called hurricanes. The name hurricane comes from Huracan. This is the name of a god feared by the Taino people. These people lived in Central America a few hundred years ago. Hurricanes are called typhoons in the Western Pacific. Typhoon comes from the Cantonese tai bong word. This word means great wind. In the Philippines, these storms are called bagyo. In the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, they are known as tropical cyclones. And then these are some of the close-up pictures of some of the damage that is caused by these great earth storms. Hurricanes use warm water as an energy source. Hurricanes form when warm, moist air rises. The air cools in the atmosphere as it rises. Cooling causes the moisture to turn from vapor into liquid. As this change happens, heat that was stored in the water vapor is released into the atmosphere. This new heat makes the air even warmer. Then all the warmed air rises. This cyclone then repeats. Strong winds and heavy rains develop, and in the southern hemispheres, the winds curve left. Then they give you a scale of the storms and of categories. That's how we classify hurricanes in our country. It's category 1, category 5 being the worst. And then it also gives you a nice graphic of the way these storms form. I like this because on the side, it gives you some fun facts about hurricanes and different kinds of weather. And in the northern hemisphere, they curve right. This motion is explained by the Coriolis effect. The Coriolis effect is caused by the Earth's rotation. When storms travel over cold water or land, they weaken. Eventually, they die away. This is because hurricanes get their power from the warm water. Without water vapor, the storms lose their strength. Scientists have noticed that the number of hurricanes seems to be increasing since the 1970s. And I grew up in the 1970s, and I've noticed that too. There's a lot more hurricanes, and like we name them the letters of the alphabet, the first letter of the alphabet from A to Z, and we seem to be going through these names quite a bit and quite early in the season. So yeah, as a kid growing up in Texas in the United States, I've noticed that too. Human activity may be the reason, scientists think. They hypothesize that this could be part of the reason why we may be having more hurricanes. Scientists say that activities like burning fossil fuels lead to global warming. Global warming means Earth's climate is changing. The climate is warming up. Global warming creates conditions that may lead to more storms and stronger storms. And that just kind of makes sense because the Earth is always changing. It's always been changing since it was created. And so, yeah, it may be a cycle that it's going through, but the scientists think that humans are adding to the fastness of that cycle. And that kind of all makes sense. So it keeps going on, and it gives just great graphics of hurricanes and the pictures that we've been able to collect because of these storms, and these nice fun facts on the side. I love those. So if you're interested in this book, this will be at our KFC bookcase when you come into the library. But I also noticed there are some other books that you might be interested in. Oops, not that. Let me get back here. I don't want that. Oh, hang on. There we go. Okay, those were the other ones. There's this one, The Anatomy of a Hurricane. So it's we're going to talk about exactly the makeup of a hurricane. And then we have this book as well. That's in the nonfiction section in the library. And then we also have this. This is a really great series called You Wouldn't Want to Be, and here is something on extreme weather. You might be interested in that. That series is located in the biography section, honestly, at the very bottom of it, because I didn't have a place else to put it. And then here's just a great book that talks about all kinds of weather. Again, these books are in the nonfiction section, and you're looking for the numbers 551, and there'll be a book tag that says weather, and so you'll be able to easily find those books. Again, this one that I read is in our KFC section in the library, and you'll find a little KFC sticker on the book to let you know that this was one of the books that we read for our KFC YouTube channel. Enjoy!